again, you're welcome to the AFRO-DEN reports. As usual, it's Morgy alongside my technical team, Brother Eunice. You did the needful. Why am I here? I've decided to come slowly by slowly to give you news or reports you never knew. It's a one-on-one talk with the most prominent. He's a bodybuilder. He's a DJ. He's a promoter. He has done a lot of things. So he's a multi-talented gentleman. Besides that, he's a family man. He's so awesome. Who am I talking to? Or who am I talking about? He's DJ Veve. You're welcome to the AFRO-DEN reports.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. By the names are Remy, Smoggy,
Smoggy,
and the other botanical name, I leave it because the stage name is called Smoggy. Once again, you're welcome to AFRO-DEN.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Veve, brown. That brings a question very fast. Why brown? Is it because you're brown?
No, not because I'm brown.
Oh yeah?
I know because my color is brown. But my full name is Brown Veve.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my real name.
You know, I always have this perception that, you know, you're brown, that's why I have this brown Veve. Okay, then where does Veve come from?
It's original from Congo.
Are you born of Congo?
Half from Congo.
Half Congo?
Yeah,
and half in Uganda?
Yeah, I'm Ugandan. My father is from Uganda.
Okay.
So I'm half
Congo, half Congo. No wonder you have always this, you know, Congolese music. I love that. But you, like I said, you're a multi-talented gentleman. You, I've seen some photos of yours. You bodybuilder.
Yeah, kind of. I used to.
Where did you get? Was this in the teens time or?
Yeah. Well, I started training when I was around 19 years, and I started building.
That was in Kampala?
Yeah, it was in Uganda.
Uganda.
In Uganda.
Based in Kampala or?
No, I was based in Jinja.
In Jinja, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we used to have a taekwondo club, and we used to go around in Uganda. For example, in Kampala, Mbale, different places where we used to have some competitions. And yeah, so that's how I came out training myself, and I thought it was fine.
Yes, fine. It's a talent, bodybuilder. But what brings in football? Because I've seen in football, you're with you're in that is a club 90 FC. By then it was really so awesome, it was so strong. The likes of Sally, the likes of Lukoma, is it Lukoma Seka?
Also, I could be a sportsman. I could say sportsman of the year over the years.
Because really, it's bodybuilding, football,
music,
and music. So that brings me to the question: how then do you come into music?
Very well. First, when I was training bodybuilding and taekwondo, and then I started playing football from school.
Yeah.
When I was in school, where I was picked up by 19 football club, and I came up to the international level, and at the same time, I loved music. I loved music so much, so at the same time, I was also playing in a local club in Uganda. In a discotheque.
Okay.
So that's how I came up with music. So I think I have been having experience with music around 20 years.
But now you are a promoter.
Both a promoter and
you're a DJ, you're a promoter, but I've seen you, you know, in a lot of projects you've done. Even in fact, Ugandan artists, I can witness this because I saw the likes of Vampino. I've seen Kenzo. I've seen another one called. There's also a lady, Rachel K. I've seen
Toolman.
Yeah, by the way, Toolman, maximum respect. I love that gentleman. there is a lot of Ugandans. Other projects from West Africa,
Yeah.
I've seen, because there are a lot of West African artists who are performing in that club below.
The whole idea is, when you run a club,
Yeah.
and you just don't have the same thing from one weekend to another weekend to another
Oh,
weekend.
yeah, that's true.
So the whole idea I was planning is, we have a DJ staff
Oh, yeah.
sometimes,
True.
and then we have some artists, some performers, some well-known artists, and we have been having some well-known artists from Jamaica,
That's great,
from
yeah.
East Africa, from West Africa.
Because also I've seen also Kenyans,
Um,
Kenyan artists. There was one who came with
Yeah.
Kenzo.
Kenzo is from Uganda.
Kenzo, but there was a fusion of
There was another artist
from
Kenya.
I don't know, from Kenya.
Yeah,
That was awesome. Really appreciate the fact that you still have this African touch in Copenhagen. But it brings me this other query in me. Appreciate. I'm seeing all the posts you're doing on Facebook, on other social medias, that you're into now Jamaican artists. Do you find them easier as compared to African artists?
No, not exactly. You see, the Jamaican, when we look at the generation right now, it's much more of soul R&B dancehall.
Oh, true, yeah, true.
And of course we have African, and you have to get, if you bring an artist from East Africa or West Africa, it has to be a well-known artist where you can get that crowd not from this generation, but
That's true,
maybe a little back generation.
That's true, yeah.
And two is because the artists we get from Jamaica, they make a lot of European tour most of the time.
Yeah.
So it is easy to get them when they're in Europe than getting them direct from Jamaica.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The East African artists, or let's say some West African artists, then you have to get them when they're from Africa, and it is a bit more expensive to bring them to the crowd that we have in Denmark, because we don't have a so huge crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at the artists' expenses, and then you have to bring them and pay them transport, hotel, and all those things. So we normally try to get those artists when Europe here.
Yeah, but well, Mr. Veve, I happened to, my first encounter to see you was in 2008, when you were still performing in Club Below. No, it was in Club Night Glass. It was awesome club, but what brought its closure? Because it was really closed, and all of a sudden everyone was asking, what's happening? I think this is the time when, AFRO-DEN reports has to give live clearance from you. Who was really performing that?
If you look at Denmark, Copenhagen, we don't have any African club. We have one African club, and it was Nightlife, where Africans who come and enjoy their music, whether you're from East Africa, West Africa, or North Africa.
Central. That's right.
And it was going very well in Nightclass, but the problem with it was closed is because of the sound system. Down Nightclass, up over the Nightclass, there were people living up
The apartments.
Exactly. So when we played music, and the neighbors were complaining.
Did you have soundproof?
No, there was no soundproof, and the neighbors were asking if we could fix the soundproof up, and then there would be no problem, because when they're sleeping the noise would not disturb. But it costs a lot of money to have the soundproof.
So we managed to...
Yeah, so we got managed to be kicked off. And personally, myself, when I play music, I can't play.
I know. When
I like
you play
to
music,
have it boom, boom,
you
boom.
have to make the people feel stressed off.
Yeah, because when somebody is drinking and you play music so low, it doesn't bring any sense, because when you're drunk you need to hear music loud. And
Besides, we're not at the funeral.
No,
where the mood,
Exactly. Because you have, when I'm playing music, I like to feel the power of music.
I know.
And when the music is so low, it's like you're in a private party.
That's true, yeah.
It keeps everything boring.
But it's so awesome, when you feel the bass and the other machine, or as the party vampires, we feel that this is so magic. Anyway, so you decided to go to Club Below.
Yeah, we decided to move to the next club.
What makes Club Law so special than any other club?
Like I said to you, I can play boom boom. No. Since we don't have an African club in Copenhagen, because you know, Africans feel they don't have a place to go.
That's true.
Then I tried to see if we could find another place where African can come and get together, so we can hear. You know, not everybody listen to dancehall music or R&B or soul.
Yeah.
There's some people they just like to listen to African music, so they can feel they're at home.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So we tried to work out if we could have Club Below, and we managed to get it. So we decided, okay, now we have the next African place.
So that's why now all the Africans decided now to be, and besides in the center of the city.
Yeah, it is in fact a good, a very nice location, because it's just close to the main station. You don't need to take a taxi or whatever. You can just take a train, and you can take a bus, and you're right there. You want to tired, you want to go home, 5 minutes.
Awesome, yeah.
So,
I understand. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AFRO-DEN Reports. Exactly what with DJ Veve is a promoter. He's really a powerful music machine. I like him. He has done a lot. In fact, if you have one-on-one with him, he's a good advisor. For me personally, I've tried to work with him for some issues, but at least I like his sense of humor. The fact is, this part one, keep watching the space. We're coming back. Part one, we're coming with part two with DJ Veve. Thank you.
Trouble! Tool money. New chapter. Yes, man. I'm a warrior. Female body investigator. What I got them on? Anaconda. Give it to them. Broken. Tocha natandika mpola ngasaga chine chintu chendimunga mwatu bakusalawa kubaraga oyo taina jala kanga kusomero bagamba serena future emyaka giyise naye tetusa mukono katituliza mutinga batu weweta girls around drop fever tonight ebyencha byanja sagala na kumanya wobakatambalo bakolesa lighter bobolya kuzizo ngolina ne chokola abali bakuzalawa bwecho chokola bakambolisa vaiva oli warrior wobakatambalo bakolesa lighter bobolya kuzizo ngolina ne chokola abali bakuzalawa bwecho chokola bakambolisa vaiva oli warrior bobolina kwechokola n'omutima gw'owulira kukyagala leka mukwamanyi n'okwagala wala teri mulimu mubi n'okufuula omubi nokkiriza kuvuluka ng'otandika ebigambo bingi ove ku mulamwa nina obujulizi kamakogera. Let me introduce myself. Ganda mulimu w'omuganda yeye yenze kibalama muzzukulu wa mugema akabbiro nkolwa ng'atenneddera nkima sebuju jjajja wanga moye ekasala ne mutabani wa kabuuka mu nsoba naluse nantongo babeera basista katumba sali babeera bapulasa ne muganda geregere ne muganda wawo sajja wakabaka atambula galude wobakatambalo bakolesa laita bobolya kuzizo ng'olina ne chokola abali bakuzalawa bwecho chokola bakambolisa vaiva oli warrior wobakatambalo bakolesa laita bobolya kuzizo ng'olina ne chokola abali bakuzalawa bwecho chokola bakambolisa vaiva oli warrior. What them a need? What them a need? Yeah. What them a need? Money Bitcoin saga. What them a need? What them a need? Yeah. What them a need? Money Bitcoin saga. What them a need? What them a need? Yeah. What them a need? Money Bitcoin saga. What them a need? What them a need? Yeah. What them a need?